Good morning and welcome to Morning Moments. We have some folks from Orlando, Florida. We just had a wonderful interview with another person from JC Films and Ruth in Orlando, Florida. And now we've got a couple people that's been on their movies. We have an actress, Sarah Pettycrew-Kania and Frankie Kovar. Welcome to Morning Moments.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for having us.
It has been a delight, and I have been getting connected more and more with folks from JC Films production clubs all over. And the more I get connected with them, the more I just fall in love with what you're doing. And it's just a great projects and great films that you're producing. Both of you have been in a couple films together, and there's a theme that some of those films are doing. And when you shared with me that, it certainly seemed like your passion. Tell me a little bit about what you do and why do you do it, even in the certain films that you do, and how you got connected with JC Films.
Yeah. So Frank and I have been friends since 1990, I think. And recently we found ourselves in an acting class together. We signed up and went together, and it was Jason Campbell of JC Films hosting the acting class. And we were interested because he does faith-based films. And that is where we want to go in the future. We want to do faith-based films. And then at the end of it, there was an audition to be in Not for Sale, Florida. And it is about human trafficking and shedding a light on it so that we can eradicate it.
I've always been interested in acting for many, many years, but raising 4 children, I always put it on the back burner. And I don't know what drew me. I know it was the Lord, because I've been praying and praying for him to use me as a vessel so that I would be able to help spread the word, his word. And it led me to this acting class, like Sarah was just saying. And I had no idea that the movie was based on human trafficking. But that is a really unbelievable subject here in Orlando. We're number 3 in the nation for human trafficking. Just a couple of weeks ago, they found 105 girls in Polk County that were being human trafficked. And it's really important when I have young girls myself that are in their 20s, and I worry about them every single day. So when I went to this audition, I had no idea it was even about human trafficking. And when they said, hey, what is your biggest fear? What do you do 100 times? We give you $100. What do you do with it? And I was like, I can't tell you how many times, more than 100. I told my girls to always be on the watch. Always make sure that you are, not getting gas in the evening by yourself, that you're watching your back when you exit the gym, that you always make sure that your surroundings are a safe environment. And what's led me to this movie now is the human trafficking. There is an organization called Lifeboat, and their website is lifeboatproject.org. And what they do is they have true stories that we're now putting to film. We just completed the first one, like Sarah said, Not for Sale, Orlando, Not for Sale, Florida, that just wrapped up, and it's in the editing process right now. We have 2 more episodes now. These are real life events that have happened through Lifeboat. They're taking stories of their own. This Lifeboat organization takes these women that have been human trafficked, and we actually were filming there a couple of times. And in that day, they brought a young woman who was being human trafficked with her child. And it was so unbelievable to see this woman, Jill, in action with this woman who she got a place for her to rest with her child, and to make sure that she had good clothes and she had a shower, she had something to eat. And then she brought her out and she introduced us to all of us. And it was a really unbelievable experience. It was really, really, for me, it was very profound. And I knew right then and there that the Lord has taken me to this, to shine light on human trafficking, to make sure that we bring it to a head so we can get rid of it. We're number 3 in the nation, and a lot of people don't even know that it's happening right here. Everyone thinks, oh, Disney, Universal, we live in such a wonderful place, but there's a lot of hate, there's a lot of devil, there's a lot of evil that is lurking and preying on these young women. And we really need to bring it to life to save. Even if we just save one woman, we have done enough. Even if if that movie comes out and we only save one woman, it would be worth it. But if you could show support, and if you have means to show support, I know that Lifeboat could definitely use some help, and they are a wonderful organization.
You know, Matthew 25, 31 and 40 tells us, then the righteous will answer him saying, Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink? When did we see a stranger and invite you in and needing clothes and clothe you? And when did we see the sick? And Jesus replied to them and said, when you did it to the least of them, you've done it to me. And when people want to know, how can we be the hands and the feet of Jesus extended, do the work of Christ, reach out and help those who are trafficked, and those who are in need, who needs clothes, who needs a new start. And one thing that actors and actresses do in the faith-based and redemptive films, they get inspired by the story. And when I met this wonderful actor and actress here that talked about their career, all they had to say is about the trafficking. This is what God spoke to their heart about. So tell us what people can do, and tell us a little bit of what this film is trying to represent.
This film is trying to shed light on what to look for in Orlando. There's a lot of people in the hospitality industry that may not realize like what is going on around them in the hotels. And he plays an Uber driver in the movie, and he sees it with his eyes like happening, and which leads to a rescue of a girl, and trying to teach the hospitality industry workers what to look for so that you could help and, you know, call 911 if you see something that doesn't look right, and you could be saving a girl's life.
Yeah, and in this movie, Not for Sale, we really do shine a light on what to look for. These women that they are human trafficking sometimes are branded with the same tattoo. And we want to show, maybe one person seeing that would understand that this is happening, and you don't just turn an eye. Too often we see things and we say, oh, we don't want to get involved. We don't want to get involved. I've been praying and praying and praying for years for the Lord to put me in a direction of where he would want me to go to spread the word. Now, I'm a catechist at my church, and I love to spread the word to the younger children, but we want to reach more people. We want to shine a light on human trafficking so that these people will leave Florida, that they will know that more people are aware of what they're doing, and hopefully we'll be able to turn this around and lock them up for good. And we'll be able to save some of these girls. But the movie is wonderful. It sheds light on, you know, some funny. We try to be like little humorous about some of the scenes and stuff like that, just to bring life. But it's a very, very serious issue. When the movie comes out, I hope everybody watches it. I think that you will definitely learn something from it. And like I said, it's not just a story. This is a real life story that has been made into the first episode of 3 to come. And we really hope that the Lifeboat group gets the support that they need to continue to help all these girls that are here in Central Florida, you know, and men too. But we really want to make sure that we shine a light so that we're doing the Lord's work. Okay, we're helping people, but we have to root out the devil. He's winning, and we need to turn it around and become united and we have to go out there. And if we have to use a film to get it out there and explain it, then this is the vessel that we have right now. But we hope taking some of these women and maybe going church to church and telling real life stories to people so that more people will get involved.
I'm going to down below, and I put contacts for JC Films Orlando down below, and other interviews. I'm going to put those down as well. I'm also going to get have the website for our Lifeboat and other contacts that these two wonderful actors have, so you can get to see their films, what they've done in the past, what they're doing in the future. But more important than that, there may be ways you can get involved, and within those sites, you could look at it and say, I could get involved with that. Maybe you can't get behind a camera and be an actor, but maybe God's calling you to support financially some of this. Maybe he's got other things for you to do. Two-thirds of God's name is go. So why are we sitting home doing nothing? So go and do something for God. And maybe it's getting involved financially. Maybe it's getting involved in just passing this message on. But I feel in my heart, this is a message that needs to be heard. There's some people that's listening to this that says, that's close to my story and somebody needs to hear my story. How do I get my story out?
I love it. And I think that you just nailed it. Maybe someone out there has a story. Everybody's got a story.
Yes.
Everybody has something that happened in their life. Maybe they have a true life story that they would like to see touch people's hearts, and bring them back to God. Maybe they have a story that we can make into a movie, or maybe we can make it into a screenplay. Maybe someone out there has something that happened to them in their life that was so devastating. But if we heard that story and we were able to portray their story, that it would become something that could help thousands of people. Absolutely. If we can reach them through film, and even a podcast. But everyone's got a story. And maybe you're sitting there having your breakfast right now and you're saying, well, I have a compelling story, something that saved my life. Well, we want to hear about it. Get in touch with us, because right now we're working on scripts right now for the future. And there was a time in my life where I went to a men's retreat and it changed my whole life. So I'm working on a script right now called Retreat, about these men that are successful in life, but they were missing that one element. And that one element was God. And when they turned to God, their whole life turned around to the better. But in the process, they didn't know it was for the better until the outcome. And I'm telling you, the retreat changed my life so much that I've been just praying to God, send me where I need to be. Please let me be your words and let me speak your words. And I ended up in front of Jason Campbell. And I'm just going with it 110% right now. Anything I can do.
And if I could add that that's one of Jason Campbell's specialties, is turning someone's true life story into a movie.
Great. Mm-hmm. Sarah and Frankie, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule and being with us. And I want folks to pass this message on. And I want you to be praying for Sarah and their families or individual families, and pray for them as God continues to bless each one of them and the efforts in JC Films all across the United States. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us.
And thank you, and God bless you. You are doing God's will, and we really thank you for this time this morning.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And thank you. And thank you for joining us for Morning Moments. And why don't you just keep on coming back, and may God bless you.